Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Special warm welcome if you're brand new here. My name's KiwiSimsKate. Kiwi because I'm from New Zealand, Sims because I love the Sims, and Kate because that's my name. Thanks so much for joining me here. Some of you might have noticed that it's been a while since I've posted a speed build here on my channel. That's just because life has been busy, work's been pretty full on lately, and I've been really ensuring that my streaming has been staying consistent. So if you didn't already know, I do also stream live. I stream here on YouTube as well as at the same time over on Twitch and TikTok. So if you do want to catch any of my live streams, I'm usually live twice a week. And there's a midweek stream and a weekend stream. And I've actually just recently created a separate channel where I'm going to be live streaming. So previously you probably noticed me go live on this channel, KiwiSimsKate, but I've just separated that out so that just keeping it a bit tidy, so this channel can be purely for my pre-recorded content, and my other channel, KiwiStreamsKate, will be just for live streams, and that'll be a mixture of The Sims 4, but also lately I've been playing some Planet Zoo, some Cities Skylines, Manor Lords, a few different games over there, including, of course, my fave, The Sims 4. So I would absolutely love for you to go and subscribe to that channel as well. That's KiwiStreamsKate. I'll link it down below in the description, but I've just opened up that channel, so it's a tiny little baby channel, and any support there would be much appreciated. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel and you are enjoying this video so far, please consider subscribing. It really helps support the channel, costs absolutely nothing, and allows me to boost my content as well across YouTube. So consider that, and a little thumbs up perhaps. Now into today's build. I had a really fun time building this home. It's been a few months now since I actually built it, so I'm going from memory. This build was created in one of my live streams. I do quite a bit of building in my streams as well as gameplay and CAS, but I've been getting more confident when building while I'm live, with an audience. Previously, I found it really difficult. I've built forever in The Sims 4. That was kind of the first thing I really started with the game, is just building. And I started building live on my channels with I wouldn't say it's not that I had a lot of confidence. It's just that I was so slow to build when I had people watching me in real time. I think because I'm chatting to, I'm chatting to the audience, I'm chatting to my community. I'm also probably overthinking things more when I've got people watching me build in real time. So I am getting over that slowly but surely. And this house, because it is quite a small build, it came together pretty easily on stream, and I had a lot of fun sharing the build process with my community. So do join us in the live streams if that's the kind of thing you like to watch as well. This house was built with a single parent and their one child in mind, and it's a pretty small home. I wanted it to feel a little bit cramped. This family is not super wealthy. I tend to go a little bit over the top with builds when I'm thinking about, single parents in particular. In real life, unless they had an amazing job and a very good income, realistically, their house wouldn't be particularly big. So this felt more in line with the kind of thing that maybe, I grew up with, having lived just with my mum for quite a few years through my teenage years. So I wanted it to feel very cozy, very warm, but quite busy. It's a busy household. This parent is busy. The child has school. Yeah, there's lots going on in this household, and they love their hobbies. I wanted both Sims in this household to have a bit of personality through the hobbies that I added. And so the 2 bedrooms are upstairs, which is what I'm just figuring out right here. There's a very small landing. It is all playable though. Everything's been play tested. So everything should be usable. This will be up on the gallery under KiwiSimsKate, which is my EA ID. You can download it there. I didn't build with any pack restrictions. So I am using all sorts of packs with this build. I don't know exactly what's included and what's not, but just bear that in mind as well. But of course, anything that you don't have, if you wanted to download this, will just be replaced, I think, with base game items, and you can swap things out as you choose, or you can even just place it unfurnished and furnish it entirely yourself. Hobbies, getting back to my train of thought, hobbies was a big motivator for how I decorated this home, all around the home, including in the living area and in their bedrooms. I've included things like plenty of books. I think this house is they're big into reading. Cozy time in the living, on the sofas, probably the parent with a book and the child with a book, or out on the back porch. Perhaps there's a sofa out there, which on a nice day, maybe they hang out there together. Swing set in the backyard for the child, so maybe the child's playing out the backyard while the parent's reading a book on the porch. There's a TV, obviously. I feel like Sims get a bit obsessed with TVs actually when you put them in the house, but they're a great way to increase your Sims fun, nice and easy and quick. And the parent as well, I thought was really into crafting, all sorts of types of crafts. So I've included the basket of wool for knitting. I think I included the crochet box as well. Sorry, cross stitch box. And then I also placed some decorative items that I imagine these Sims have made themselves, whether the parent made them or the child made them. And I also, because this is a solo parent household, or I created it with that in mind, I can imagine this parent just pours so much energy into their child. Perhaps the other parent just isn't in the picture at all, or is just a bit useless perhaps, and doesn't see the child very often. And so this parent is heavily involved in the child's hobbies and really wants their child to be motivated to do all the things they enjoy. And although they may not have a lot of money, this parent does whatever they can to give their child the coziest and most homely kind of childhood. So they have got all of the kids' drawings and pictures and all their creations up on the fridge, up on the walls, all around the house, because they're just so incredibly proud of their child and want to show them that that they're very much loved. I also wanted this house to be colourful, so lots of colour. I wasn't trying too much to get matchy with things, because I know I can get a little too obsessed with having my Sims homes be perfectly matching everywhere, which, for me, is just not realistic. Certainly my home is not very matchy in most of the rooms, at least. And so, just colour everywhere. This home, I wanted it to feel like the parent encourages creativity, and just the child to kind of be themselves. And I used this really awesome decorative shelf thing from Adventure Awaits in the living space. That space is also pretty open plan, so again, it feels really busy in here. You walk in the front door and you can either go upstairs to the bedrooms, or you've got just the living room, kitchen, dining all in this one big kind of squarish space. There's an old coffee mug, there's half opened letters or maybe bills, perhaps they're ever so slightly behind on their bills, or they're like only ever kind of just catching up on the bills. There's dishes in the sink, there's shopping bags that have just been dropped off. I also added these cute cards that I think they came with the holiday. I feel like they might have come with the holiday free pack that we got very, very, very long time ago. But I used the swatch that just had kind of non-specific. I think there's meant to be actually maybe they came with seasons, because I think they're meant to be kind of spring cards, gift cards, or greeting cards. And again, I imagine the child made them at school for their parent or something. So they're down there by the living room. There's all sorts of kids' decorations on the walls. There's plenty of clutter in this house, whilst still making sure that it will be playable for you. So, making sure I left a spare kitchen counter so your son can cook, and it's all usable, but any extra space that you don't need for gameplay, I filled up quite a lot. There's one bathroom for this house, and it is downstairs, and it's a full bathroom. It's got a shower tub combo, and I knew I wanted to include some pet items as well. I think this house has a dog, possibly a big dog, like maybe even like an Alsatian or something. Even though they've got such a small house and there's really no space, I could imagine this house having a big dog, and just, there being barely any space, but just a lot of love in this home. So there's some pet bowls, some dog food in the kitchen area, and a few more activities in here, like I mentioned the TV, but I also placed down a bookshelf a little later. I think I used the cats and dogs bookshelf, which honestly might be one of my favorites. It's so beautiful. And then by the door we have the umbrella stand, and a few more just non-playable decorative items, shelving. I think I used some of the Grange mudroom kit near the front door, and clutter that up a little bit. I loved using this rug in the living room. It's actually from one of the SpongeBob kits that we got, and this might be controversial, but look, I'm the last person who would have asked for a SpongeBob collab with The Sims 4. I found it really random. Even though I like SpongeBob, I think it's a great show. I didn't really get it when they announced it, and I still don't get it, to be honest. I think it's kind of random. But I will admit that despite that, there are some items in both of those kits, in the kids' room one and in the other one, which I can't remember what they're called, that I actually really like. This rug, particularly some of the more simple and non-specific or basic, I guess you would say, swatches. So the rug in the living room is this beautiful blue shade, like shades of blue, kind of brushstroke pattern. you would never guess that was from the SpongeBob kit, and it's gorgeous. There are, however, some other items in those kits that I probably will never ever use, but they're also great for kids' rooms. There's some, I really love the bookshelf in that kit that looks like a dinghy, like a boat. That's really lovely, particularly again in the swatches that are just sort of regular wooden swatches. I really like those. Anyway, I might be the only champion of those items in the world. Let me know in the comments below if there are any kits that have come out recently, because I know they've done some quite specific ones recently and some collabs. Let me know if there are any that you think that you have a hot take on. Like, is there a kit that you really love that you think most other people have completely panned? I'm interested to know. Then downstairs there's also this little laundry, and it's also another entrance into the house. So there's a side door here. There's actually 3 entrances. There's the front main door with a front porch. There's the side door that goes straight into the laundry, and then out the back there's a door from the kitchen out to the back. It's very small porch and small garden. So the laundry's just got washer and dryer in it, and some decorative items as well. This is the bathroom I was talking about. So the shower tub combo, again, because I decided to just go colourful with this house, I had a lot of fun with some of these swatches. I'm using a Parenthood wallpaper, which I use through other parts of the house as well in various swatches. I'm using base game counters. I'm using the shower tub combo, again, I think from Parenthood, that has some really fun shower curtains on it, and I got to use this elephant one, which I don't often use in my builds, but I thought it worked really well here. And a bunch of clutter items from the bathroom clutter kit as well, just again to make this house look really lived in, busy, like they rush a lot. They're often maybe a little bit running late. I don't know, maybe I didn't really have a career in mind for the parent. I wonder if maybe they're actually just a stay-at-home parent and they are trying to improve their crafting skills to maybe set up a market stall or something and sell their creations, or they have a job and they rush out the door every morning to try and get the kid to school and them to work and etc. So this is the parent's room. As I said, it's pretty small. The bed for the parent, I ended up placing against the wall. So you can use both sides of the bed though. It'll just mean that your sim will enter on the available side and then scooch over to sleep on the right side. So if you did want 2 sims using this bedroom, you could. Or if you just wanted this to be a 1-bedroom house, then you could have a much more sizable bedroom upstairs, or make the smaller bedroom smaller and have a second bathroom or something. But I liked creating these cozy rooms that are full of all sorts of decorative items and a bit of fun and whimsy. This parent's bedroom in particular, the wallpaper is just so fun. It's a lot. I'm not too sure I would want this as my bedroom wallpaper. It's quite busy, but obviously in the game it works well, and I love the soft color palette. I think it works well with a lot of the nifty knitting items that we've got as well, and some items as well from the pastel pop kit, which is a bit of a throwback. So yeah, picking out a bunch of activities and clutter items that indicate that this sim, enjoys making things and being creative and colourful stuff. They've got a picture of their child as a baby there on their dresser. They've got a nice fluffy rug, some artwork on the wall, a vanity, and just a few more wall items on this left wall. I didn't want to add too much else to this room because it was starting to get a bit small, and I was worried a little bit about like your sim being able to walk around the room. So there's some cross stitch, which I imagine the parent has created themselves, and a wall shelf that came with I'm pretty sure it came with nifty knitting as well, because it's that kind of pastel-y coloured one. Then the last room inside the house that I'm decorating here is the kids' bedroom. And here I'm using some eco lifestyle items. I love the eco lifestyle kids craft table. It might be my favorite version of that item. And I've placed some toys in here. The Adventure Awaits plushie. I think that came with Adventure Awaits. I should know because I built for that pack. But now I'm second guessing myself. Some fun rugs on the floor here. I'm kind of into adding rugs on top of carpeted rooms. I think in real life it'd probably be a bit much, but in The Sims I think it looks really fun. And again, I just wanted to add loads of colour in here, and I wanted it to feel bright and colourful, and not matching so much. I didn't want to be so bothered about making everything perfectly aligned and clean, and this family is not super fussy when it comes to things like that. The hallway here upstairs, I just added a bunch of artwork. Again, I didn't want to go minimal, so the hallway has artwork on pretty much every single wall except for the wall with a window, and a rug as well on the ground. Then I wanted to add some decorations to the front porch. So we've got a little seating area out here, and I think I pull a pot plant out to put next to the front door as well, just to make it look a bit more inviting, as well as some lighting, so making sure that at night it feels safe to come home and you can see where you're going or what you're doing. The backyard is just a small fenced in area, and this house, it was perfect using the white picket fence. It just feels so sweet and cozy, and I was really in the mood to build a really sweet, cute house like this. The last bit I do here in the speed build is the landscaping and the backyard, using this little cobblestoney type effect on the terrain paint, adding a few trees. Did I add the magnolia? No, I nearly added the magnolia tree because I just love the texture on that tree, but it felt a little bit too wide for that space because I did have a little path going through there. And then some greenery around the outside that feels a little low maintenance. I think the parent here is not hugely into gardening, but they do like to have a little outdoor space that they can potter around in. I placed some garden beds out the back as well for them. Just finishing off landscaping here, and I will leave the voiceover at this point, and then there'll be screenshots a little later. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, that like, join me live, and I'll see you next time. Take care out there. Bye.
golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a crazy love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire. Golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a crazy love